Today I will, the title is Rehabilitation Strategies for Functional Limitation due to hemiplegic shoulder pain and impaired upper extremity motor control in subacute ischemic stroke. Udah. For the identity types, Mr. REF, 59 years old, address at Cimahi, marital status is married, religion is Muslim, occupation shopkeeper, education vocational senior high school, referred by neurologist with the referral diagnosis stroke et causa infarct, thromboemboli, sistem karotis kanan, faktor resiko merokok, hipertensi, DD infarct, kardioemboli, faktor resiko AFRVR. Date of onset January 5, 2026 and date of examination March 26, 2026. Chief complaint is left shoulder pain. History of recent illness, patient third visit to PMR department and complaint of left shoulder pain that starts ago during rehabilitation 5 until 6. The pain was primarily related to movement during shoulder mobilization and was exacerbated by passive and active range of motion with NRS 7 until 8. The pain was described as dull, intermittent, and non-radiating. The pain interfered with daily activities, particularly dressing, pressing in reduced in the pain. And he also complained of left extremity weakness for 3 months, which gradually improved over time. Previously, he hospitalized with diagnosis ischemic stroke and had CT scan show a cerebral infarction in right frontal lobe extending from cortical subcortical area to the right centrum semi-oval and multiple infarct lacunae with the right centrum semi-oval, right internal capsule, and dysencephalon. Patient has been undergoing program for the past 9 weeks and the chief program occupational therapy with program is self-care exercise for bed and isolated shoulder exercise. Home program is sit to stand, ground walking. Comorbidities, patient has hypertension heart disease since 2016 and history of past illness, AFRVR, and no previous stroke. Medication, patient consume ticagrelor, lansoprazole, aspirin, amlodipine, rivaroxaban, and atorvastatin. History of functional and vocational activity. Before his illness, the patient was functional normal in all activity of daily living. The patient currently retired and own a small grocery store and manage this store with his wife. His job is shopping, arranging the item. He needs to lift and carry heavy items such as drink carton about 5 until 10 kilograms. The store is located next to their house and 10 meters walk away. And other activities include going to the mosque, which is 50 meters from his house. He also frequently pick up and drop off his youngest children from the college and visit his children, grandchildren, and accompanies his wife to the market for shopping, which takes 30 minutes by motorcycle. Psychological condition, he is open person and can share his health condition with family members and care providers. He has 6 children and lives with his wife and youngest children in a single-story house with the squatting toilet. He has interact with the neighbors and customer and active in the mosque for the prayer, and he doesn't have any specific hobby. Patient smoker since age 25 and stopped smoking 3 months ago with the Brinkman index is heavy smoker. Economic condition, patient now have a grocery store and he is still supporting his youngest children who is still in college. The family income is classified low to middle income. The patient use BPJS for health insurance. Patient hopes to be able to ride a motorcycle and return to work. Body structure, this is area in brain, location right frontal cortical subcortical and right centrum semi-oval, capsula interna and dystencephalon. Type of pathology, infarct cerebri, and multiple infarct lacunar. Physical examination from the vital sign is normal, and nutritional status is normal with BMI is 20.6. For the general examination is normal. And then for the body function, cranial nerve might impair at the cranial nerve 7 and 12, but no significant functional impact. For the mental function MOCA-INA, total score 26 of 30. Interpretation is mild cognitive impairment, particularly in visuospatial, executive, and language domain. Emotional function is normal with DAS score, depression 1, anxiety 3, and stress 4. This is result MOCA-INA test and DAS score test. Mental function from perceptual function, from auditory, visual, olfactory, gustatory, tactile is normal, and visuospatial perception is normal with the bisection line test is normal. This is result bisection line test. For the sensory function and pain, it's found impaired in the visual field, left visual field, and then hearing function is normal, vestibular function, no dizziness, tinnitus, and vertigo, proprioceptive, for joint position, kinesthesia, and power is normal, both side, and light touch function is normal. Musculoskeletal pain, it found pain at the shoulder sinistra with pain scale 5 until 6, characteristic dull, aggravated by shoulder flexion, abduction more than 90 degrees. Interpretation, ectosa hemiplegic shoulder pain. Voice and speech function, production of voice and quality of voice is normal, articulation normal, fluency, rhythm, speed, and melody is normal. For the function of cardiovascular system, heart function normal, heart rate normal, heart rhythm regular, contraction force, echocardiography has not been performed. And then for the function of capillary and vein is normal, blood pressure normal, control with amlodipine 5 mg. Interpretation normal with echocardiography cannot be assessed yet. For the additional function for cardiovascular and respiratory system, general physical endurance sit to stand 10 times of 30 seconds and 6-minute walking test with the distance 252 match 3.2. And interpretation is poor general physical endurance with the fatigability before test 900 and post test 1301. For the mobility of joint, range of motion at the shoulder flexion left side is 0 until 80 from anvil, extension full, abduction 0 until 70 from anvil, abduction full, internal and external rotation cannot be examined at the left side. For the range of motion, elbow, forearm, and finger is full. For the lower extremity, range of motion of hip, knee, and ankle is full. And then stability of joint function, it found subluxation 1 centimeter at the left shoulder. Muscle power, shoulder flexor, extensor, adductor is 2 at the left side and 5 the right side. Elbow flexor 3 and extensor 2, and then flexor extensor wrist 1, finger flexor 1 and extensor 0 with the Brunstone stage 4. For the lower extremity, muscle power at the left side is 4 and the right side is 5 with the Brunstone stage 5. Spasticity, it found spasticity at shoulder adductor 1, elbow flexor 2, wrist flexor 1 plus, forearm pronator 2, finger flexor 1, lower extremity, knee extensor, plantar flexor is 1. Reflex function, physiological reflex increase at the left side, and then pathological reflex, Babinski positive at the left side and Clonus negative. Movement function for BBS score is 52 of 56. Interpretation, low fall risk. And for the control voluntary movement, performing control movement, of flexion and abduction shoulder at the left extremity. Control complex voluntary, patient has difficulty picking up and moving object with the left hand. Coordination, tip to nose poor at the left side and heel to shin good. Interpretation, abnormal due to muscle weakness, spasticity, impaired motor control, and consists with Brunstone stage upper extremity 4. This is gait pattern with the result symmetrical step length and then initial contact heel strike, loading response, control plantar flexion, knee hip side flexi, mid stand, knee flexi, contralateral side in swing phase ankle 0, adequate knee flexi and clearance positive, arm no left arm swing with the gait speed 0.74 meter per second. Interpretation is imbalance muscle flexor extensor left upper extremity with decreased gait speed. Sensation of muscle tightness. It found muscle tightness at tragiobicep, pronator, flexor digitorum sinistra, and muscle spasm, no muscle spasm. For the activity and participation, undertaking a simple task, patient able to pour water from the bottle into the glass independently using the right hand. And for the complex task, patient able to order online transportation with his phone using the right hand. Production message, speaking able with articulate clearly, and then conversation able, and using telecommunication able to operate mobile phone to make call, answer call, open message, send message, or other menu using touchscreen device phone with the right hand. For the mobility, changing basic body position, maintain body position, and transferring no difficulty. And then for the lifting and carrying object, for the lifting, carrying in the hand, carrying in the arm, carrying on the shoulder, hip, and back, putting down object, able with the right hand, unable with the left hand, due to left upper extremity weakness, impaired motor control, non-functional distal muscle, and pain at left shoulder. For the pushing with the lower extremity and kicking, no difficulty. Picking up, grasping, manipulating, releasing, and then pulling, pushing, reaching, turning, and carrying, moving, handling object, able with the right hand and able with the left hand, due to weakness, impaired motor controls, non-functional distal muscle strength, and pain in left shoulder. Walking activity, short distance, patient able independently. Walking long distance, patient unable to walk more than 1 kilometer. Currently, patient able 800 meters due to muscle weakness and poor general physical endurance. Walking on different surface and around obstacle able with supervision. Moving around within the home, no difficulty, and moving around with buildings other than home and outside the home, difficulty walking on inclines and needs rest after moderate distance due to muscle weakness and poor physical endurance. Using transportation, private and public motorized transportation, patient able as passenger, and driving, patient unable to operate motorcycle due to mild visual-spatial executive impairment, mild impaired balance, hemiplegic shoulder pain, impaired motor control with non-functional hand. This is clinical video. I checked Brunstone stage and I asked patient to move shoulder flexion and abduction. Patient has synergic pattern, and then I asked patient for move elbow flexi extensi, and patient have isolated movement at elbow flexi. For the distal hand, no muscle strength at the distal hand. Next video, I ask patient to carrying object, and patient still using the right hand. And I ask patient for the left hand, and patient cannot cannot take the object with the left hand. Washing for the self-care, washing body parts, patient able independently using the right hand, difficulty reaching left set due to upper extremity weakness, impaired motor control, and non-functional distal muscle strength. Washing whole body, patient able independently using the right hand, but requires more time. And then for the drying oneself, patient able independently using the right hand, but difficulty with bilateral tasks. Caring for skin and teeth and hair, able independently using the right hand. Caring for fingernails and toenails, partial dependent due to non-functional distal muscle strength at the left hand. Regulating urination and defecation is able. For the dressing, putting on clothes, and taking off clothes, patient unable due to left shoulder pain and impaired motor control. For the putting on footwear and taking footwear, patient able independently, bringing it to the mouth. For the eating, bringing it to the mouth and consume it, patient able independently with the right hand. Cutting food into pieces, difficulty with hard food because impaired bilateral coordination and grip control due to weakness distal hand sinistra. And then for the drinking, taking hold of drink and bringing it the mouth into the mouth, able independently using the right hand, and opening bottles, patient able, compensation, stabilizing object with on tight and reduce grip and coordination due to weakness at distal hand. For the pouring and mixing, patient able with the right hand. Bartle index score is 95 of 100, with the interpretation is like dependence. For the for the maintain vehicle, patient enable due to left shoulder pain, difficulty with bimanual hand, reduce bilateral control coordination and grip control associated with distal hand distal hand weakness and impaired motor control. For the interpersonal and interaction relationship, patient have good relationship with the neighborhood and have good relationship with his family members and have good relationship with his wife. Main caregiver is his wife with the Zarit burden is for interpretation no burden. For the remunerative employment, patient unable to shop for his store, unable to apply and unable to apply as a grocery assistant and stock store due to left shoulder pain and muscle weakness and then impaired motor control at the left extremity. For the hobby, patient no specific hobby and
Just skip the diagnosis and prognosis.
For the medical diagnosis, stroke infarct subacute phase, 3 months at right frontal cortical subcortical, right centrum semi-oval and right internal capsule, hypertension heart disease, hemiplegic shoulder pain at causa suspect rotator cuff tendinopathy, supraspinatus tendinopathy, impeachment supraspinatus, with the rehabilitation diagnosis, limitation in self-care, especially dressing, limitation in bimanual activity and vocational due to hemiplegic shoulder pain and impaired motor control with non-functional hand, and limitation in driving motorcycle due to mild visuospatial executive impairment, mild impaired balance, hemiplegic shoulder pain, impaired motor control with non-functional hand. Prognosis at vitam et bonum, at sanationem et bonum, and at functionam, independent self-care using both hands with the right hand dominant without pain, independent community ambulation, return to work as a grocery store without pain, with task modification, including primarily using the right hand and use of motorcycle transportation as a passenger. Rehabilitation goal, independent self-care without pain, and then increase range of motion, improve left upper extremity muscle strength, especially elbow extensor, improve motor control, and improve walking speed 1 until 1.2 meter per second for safe community ambulation. First, for the program, limitation of self-care and vocational, Clinical condition: left shoulder pain, left shoulder subluxation, left elbow elbow and pronator spasticity, impaired motor control and non-functional distal muscle strength of the left hand. Target: self-care activity without pain, preserve shoulder range of motion, and reduce spasticity of the elbow and pronator flexor. +1. Program: USG musculoskeletal shoulder sinistra, MBD at radio shoulder sinistra, and continue isolated movement exercise for shoulder flexion, abduction with assisted scapular movement and no shoulder distraction. And then ASWT at the left bicep brachialis, brachioradialis, pronator teres tendon, and task-oriented picking up, moving item forwards, arranging small merchandise and less than 5 kilo with the left hand and the manual hand arm use and using shoulder sling. For the second problem, limitation of community ambulation, clinical jet speed, poor cardiopulmonary endurance, and mild balance impairment, with target able to walk independently safely. Program: aerobic training and speed training, frequency 3 until 5 times per week, slow intensity 30 until 40 HRR, time 30 minutes, 5 ground walking with a metronome start at 60 BPM. And strength training, shift to stand, and then balance training with shifting right, left, front, and rear. For the problem, driving limitation, condition, mild visuospatial executive impairment, reduced coordination, and left upper extremity weakness. Target: able to sit safely as a passenger for 30 until 60 minutes and able to get on and off safely with minimal assistance. Program: shifting balance training 2 times per week with the hold 10 seconds. For follow up, subjective, patient able to dress independently, although requiring more times for buttoning clothes, and able to put and remove lower body clothing independently. Left shoulder pain has decreased and RS4, and pain is still felt during shoulder elevation, particularly during exercise. MOCA INA still same, and I check TMT test part A 64 seconds, which is normal limit, but slower than average normative value. And TMT test part B cannot be done for the part B. General physical endurance, sit to stand increase. After first follow-up program is consultation to musculoskeletal rehabilitation to diagnostic hemiplegic shoulder pain and task-oriented for the executive function. And previous program is continue. This is a result check start talent test and drawing clock. TMT, then clinical video for the first evaluation. Brunstone still fall, but increase MMT at the wrist extensor is 1. Patient able dressing, but difficulty for buttoning. This is a video shooting. First, I introduce myself and inform consent to the patient.
We have time to join, so maybe take you so long to read the case. Okay, let's start the discussion.
Thank you. Congratulations for your presentation.
For the follow-up, I see you switched from the MWD to ultrasound, the program. Is there any particular considerations why did you choose US instead of continue the MWD? And what did you expect from switching those modalities for the patients? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fajar. First program, we give MWD at the shoulder sinistra, and then after second follow up and we know that USD shoulder sinistra kesan tendinitis at the bicipital tendon and bursitis supraacromial subdeltoid, and then we change program with the US monophoresis with the diclofenac gel because we will US is more deep penetrating compare than MWD. MWD using the electromagnetic wave and usually absorb more absorb at the muscle, and we will targeting at the tendon bicipital and bursa. So we choose US because we need deep penetration from the acoustic wave from the US.
So you think using US is more powerful than MWD?
Yes, MWD maybe just at the muscle, but maybe better at the muscle because MWD absorb with the tissue with a lot of water, and US can deep penetration with the lower frequency compare MWD, and the targeting tendon and bursitis we choose US for the decrease inflammatory at the tendon and bursa.
Last one that got the, this the last one that got the, oh, if you have that, the last question. Second semester. In fact, the last, the
Cinta cincin.
you agree with, do you agree with what why she change from you go with the therapy into the last time monophoresis? The reason because she thinks that the therapy is more and superficial.
Yes.
And while the monophoresis can more deeper than when we thought we had. So the smaller field, both field to be deeper.
Thank you, Doctor. Especially I agree with Dr. Nurul to change the treatment from MWD to US monophoresis. Especially it happened while the USG shoulder was examined from this patient. So we more specific target to tendon bicep and bursitis to this patient. From MWD, we getting the most broader target, but still more superficial than US, and with the specific location that we can getting from the USG shoulder, it can help us to more specific target to this patient. I think that's my reason for this.
He is more superficial than muscle. You agree with that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? If it is yes, then we should call microwave. Yes, then we should call microwave. Microwave. Heating. That's microwave biasanya superficial, more superficial than
Sama-sama di heating ya.
ultrasound.
We actually ask you to do this. Everything
Deep heating. Deep heating.
It doesn't make sense. You said that the microwave is more superficial than ultrasound. I agree with you. Change the Why? That's not easy. Any other reason than that?
Misalnya USG kan kita bisa lebih target spesifik kan dok, kalau misalnya pada pasien ini dia kan yang terkena adalah
tendinopathisnya. Jadi kalau misalnya kita pakai US kita bisa langsung targetkan untuk bagian tendon bicipitalisnya aja, sedangkan kalau MWD kan dia lebih areanya untuk yang luas gitu dok, misalnya whole shoulder gitu, pakainya MWD. Kalau ini kan karena kita udah tahu spesifik targetnya yang mana, jadi kalau pakai US harusnya lebih efektif.
Iya, siap.
So don't ever mention that the microwave radiography is more superficial than the ultrasound. But he also said, that's right at first, he said it's more specific. But then you close it with, it is more superficial.
Lubang.
So just stop that right there, because I think that's the correct answer. And we, by giving the monofluoresces, you also input some drugs while you therapy. While you modeling, you also give some medication into monofluoresces to be. If you give monofluoresces, what kind of medication that you will do it with? What kind? Please mention. What is the name of the drug that you can deliver with monofluoresces? What is the substance? It's the substance. Pasti. Besides that, you also deliver into while you give the modeling. Commonly used is topical analgesics, like ibuprofen,
Maybe
cotoprofen. Okay, besides that.
corticosteroid topical.
If you want to give
substance. What is the
substance,
requirement?
What is the requirement?
The topical,
The topical preparation, what should
what
be?
it should be.
What it should be?
Yeah, analgetic
Analgetic
How many
topical.
kind of topical? How many kind of the analgetic topical?
Okay, one is cream, and then
One is cream, and then two is
Gel.
if you have the corticosteroid gel, then you can give it. If there is no corticosteroid gel, you cannot do it. Okay? It's the basically the goal. Okay. So beside the topical gel, what else? Ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is good. And I would try that once I read that can push the ibuprofen while you're doing the gel. You can try it. I haven't tried it. But I also I just tried it. You can put also.
Lidocaine mix. And then
I once that I haven't. Maybe you can try it. Okay, yuk, jadi clear ya, MWD sama ultrasound sama dalamnya. Kalau MWD itu superficial, terusnya microwave superficial. Gitu. Ini disebut microwave kelihatan tinggi, jadi dia lebih mudah.
siap ya. Iya.
Oke, question. Follow up. Then follow up for first and second question for trail. But there's request from 64 to 95. And then that increase
given the objective required to perform executive dysfunction, robot is valid for Ismail and how your advice regarding this driving practice. Thank you, Dr. Sani. For TMT test, first and second increase more times, but at the second follow-up, skor Mukaina increase secara global meningkat increase. If when I check second time TMT part A, pasien merasa tidak nyaman dengan glasses atau kacamatanya, jadi beberapa kali membetulkan kacamatanya, sehingga mungkin itu salah satu penyebab yang menjadi waktunya lebih dibanding tes yang pertama. But the result is increased secara global, dan TMT part A still within normal limit, but slower from the general pada umumnya gitu. And for the driving, because patient have a non-functional muscle strength at distal hand, so I still explain to patient cannot driving again, and maybe patient for the safety just as passenger. Maybe for the visual, spatial, and executive tidak terlalu mengganggu untuk proses driving, but other condition make the patient cannot driving motorcycle.
So that's an increase from 60. The reason is because you should put some
Not
you said probably because of the glasses. Okay. You next question.
Thank you, Doctor, and congratulations to Dr. Nurul for the presentation. I want to ask about the prescription, your exercise prescription. Your exercise prescription explicitly specify isolated movement exercise for shoulder flexion and abduction with scapular.
What is the basic one? Program isolated movement with the assisted scapular movement and no shoulder distraction. Patient have subluxation at the shoulder sinistra. Muscle for the stability glenohumeral is weakness. So we can bantu untuk scapular movement for the movement more better, but not distraction, because if patient weakness and have subluxation, muscle and ligament, if we distraction, maybe can more distraction and tension and make microtrauma, and maybe if microtrauma terjadi berulang-ulang akan membuat increase pain at the patient. So we can still exercise movement but no distraction for preventive microtrauma at the muscle or ligament in the shoulder.
Anybody shoulder extension?
Yang sampai ditarik gitu dok. Jadi kadang kan pasiennya itu digerakkan gitu, dipaksa untuk ditarik ke atas gitu, ataupun ditarik ke samping.
When you sit, why you place it with microwave?
For the decrease muscle spasm and decrease pain, so patient can be exercised with the decreased pain. But for the condition subluxation and weakness, we can give kita tidak memberikan exercise yang sampai dipaksa begitu. Jadi sudah dikurangin nyerinya, jadi harapannya tetap bisa bergerak, tapi dengan sedikit tidak nyaman, tapi tidak sampai yang terasa sakit.
Are you afraid to?
If stretching, kalau stretching itu kan biasanya itu kalau saya lihat di garisnya tuh melebihi apa ya? Jadi kalau stretching tuh kayak melebihi rasa kan dipanjangkan ototnya gitu dok. Biasanya pasien akan merasa sedikit lebih tidak nyaman gitu dok, sampai terasa ketarik. Kalau yang ini saya hanya melatih gerakan aja, tapi tanpa apa namanya, tanpa memaksa. Jadi bukan yang stretching gitu dok ini. Jadi for functional flexibility. Isolated movement is movement with the special muscle. If because of patient stroke, if we ask patient elbow flexor, maybe patient with the shoulder and then shoulder flexion, shoulder abduction, and elbow. But for exercise isolated movement, when I ask patient elbow flexion, just use muscle for elbow flexion, such as bicep. If shoulder flexion and abduction, pasien jadi diarahkan gerak fleksi gitu dok, sambil skapulanya itu diarahkan ke lateral, ke depan. Jadi kayak membantu pergerakan dari skapulanya. Jadi misalnya jika skapulanya dok, jadi misalnya diangkat ke atas, kita sambil ke arah anterior dan lateral. Jadi ininya ikut bakannya mungkin bilang aja, jadi ini ikut digerakkan ke arah lateral untuk membantu atau asistit scapular movement. Abduction juga di ininya harusnya kan ketika shoulder itu abduksi, kan ada pergerakan yang itu kan pada pasien stroke biasanya peraturan penyuntikan kita bantu supaya juga bisa membuat mungkin akan di-cross
harus kamu harus diplomasikan oleh fisioterapi ini, karena kan agak sulit ya. Itu pertanyaan sih, dari kamu aku ini sama gitu. Saya nggak bisa sebut saya pasti beda ya. Ya. Oke, ada lagi? Oh, saya yeah. Okay. The patient has solar suspension supplemental. How is the pathophysiology of solar suspension?
Patient stroke have muscle weakness and stabilisasi glenohumeral joint with muscle deltoid medius sama supraspinatus untuk yang kaput sama posterior didukung juga oleh otot ada pasien mendapatkan weakness sehingga tidak bisa menopang kaput pulmonary at the fossa glenoid, membuat jadi karena tidak ada yang jadi membuat kaputnya itu tidak pada fossa glenoid. So that is correlated with the patient's pasien not complain shoulder-nya rumit, cuma dari shoulder subluxation ini make pain at the shoulder. So result of the one result salah satu hasil dari shoulder subluxation itu membuat komplain shoulder pain dengan apa namanya shoulder subluxation terjadi peradangan pada otot-otot yang menopang karena masalah weakness, kemudian juga terjadi peradangan pada ligament. Jadi peradangan itu kalau lama-lama akan terjadi trauma dan menyebabkan stenosis. Kemudian kalau misalnya dia terjadi shoulder subluxation itu, dia juga dengan apa itu karena tidak pada tempatnya, jadi ditambah pada pasien ini ada spastisitas yang ke arah internal rotation and protection. Jadi ketika shoulder atas, jadi bisa membuat itu infeksi juga dari penekanan infeksi di tendonnya atau di bursanya. Kalau terjadi tekanan itu terus akan menjadi inflammation, so can shoulder. Spasticity. For the shoulder adductor is one, and then elbow flexor two. Now with the shoulder case. One look, shoulder adductor is one. Very due to taste. From the spasticity, no, but membuat ruang untuk geraknya menjadi tidak luas. Jadi ketika bergerak gitu dok, jadi akan membuat infeksi. Which shoulder work? Jadi kan kalau spasticity is in what shoulder flexion and abduction. Abduction. Okay. Correlate to the in this case time. Disebutkan sama disebut sebagai subatomial superior. And this or masih dengan kita switch muscle. Bisa sih. That's it. Correlate with the spasticity. Yes, because patient has spasticity at the elbow flexor and salah satu elbow flexor muscle-nya bisa. Okay, so the other one. Research that the patient has spasticity in elbow flexion. No, in shoulder, adductor, adductor or adductor. Muscle. So which muscle? Pectoralis major. Only pectoralis major and deltoid anterior. Okay, so this is correlated to the correlate to the hasil USG. Enggak tahu dari hasil USG. So which one the 10 causing the bursitis phase? Bursitis subacromial subdermal. Jadi direaksi. Can you explain how the specificity can lead to bursitis? Jadi lo penting kalau untuk korelasi itu spasifikasinya ada misalnya satu itu kan dia akan mengarahnya ke sorghum asyikon. Kalau dengan sorghum asyikon seperti ini, kalau diterapkan itu akan mempersempit ruang, bisa pada kartu mineral, di antara kartu mineral dan juga apa yang atasnya kan ada sisa. Kalau misalnya terjadi bursitis di bursa subakromial terjadi trauma, dia akan membengkak di bursa naik. Sehingga dengan weakness, pasiennya akan susah untuk membuat gerakan, ditambah ada pusat. Jadi akan membuat disiplinnya tambah parah. Bisa menyebabkan bursitis pada yang masuk. Where is the location of the STIs? Antara di atasnya akonnya, berarti antara akonnya dan which one is the surface SISP? What? Which one is bursitis SISP? Can you zoom zoom out so that you are very easy? What is the SIS? Sini. Ini saya belajar lagi ya. Oke. Saya akan mencari dulu. Oke. Ini soal azab deh. Tapi cari dulu. So, you see this is the pattern of shaking. Why is the tongue shakes? Correlated to the patient's conditions, fine. Dia kan dia memang dan pasti dari visinya baca. Jadi dia akan tensinya akan takutnya mengambil tapi tensinya lebih overuse. Oke, ada overuse dari tadi ya normal ya. Semua teknik itu sih dari oke ini. Kalau dia lama, itu dia normal. Baik dia disuka tekniknya penting, tapi misalnya spastisnya otomatis dia konsumsi. Terus penjalan transformasi yang ada.
sebenarnya matching antara USD-nya sama spasisitasnya. Itu yang mau saya kalian tuh pikir kalau misalnya ada uh, pasti ada geometri, USD, ada dia kan berhubungan tuh sama spasisitasnya. Kalau bahasa, ya, temanya nggak masalah ini, nggak ada temanya lagi. Okay, so the patient's hope is to be able to write motorcycle. So why you need to take to follow up, right? To follow up to educate the patient. Why do you need to second follow up to tell the patient that he cannot, he has not been advised to drive himself. Why do you need to have to follow ups? I think for visual spatial and executive function, better, but the patient saat ini udah 5 months and muscle strength at the distal hand in their flexor extensor still not non-functional. Dari beberapa juta, walaupun ini masih aku ya, kalau misalnya dia sudah lebih dari 3 bulan, dia akan untuk peningkatan kekuatan ototnya, terutama di distal itu, dia memang susah untuk meningkatkan. Jadi pada pasien sebenarnya tidak bisa untuk memenuhi kembali, itu salah satunya karena non-functional pain, maybe for the prognosis at the patient. So I just the program for the increased elbow extension for CB, but maybe for the distal hand is non-functional pain. And patient have impaired at the visual field at the indicatory mempengaruhi ketika diabetes, jadi not safely. You said that at 3 months that we can already tell that the distal muscle will not be improved. So why you don't tell him the first time you examine him? Why you have to wait for? Because you wait for the visual spatial. Of course, yes, because I first examination at the onset 3 months. So I think maybe visual spatial and executive function. I check first. Jadi apakah memang ada kelainan visual spatial atau eksekutifnya? Ternyata dari pemeriksaan, kemudian eksekutifnya di nah itu yang CMP testnya saya bilang, cuman dia memang alurnya cuman mungkin bisa pengaruhnya lambat atau tidak bisa selesai karena septic. Nah, waktu di second follow up ternyata untuk kemampuan visual spasial dan juga eksekutifnya itu baik gitu dengan tes itu. Karena ada misalnya yang lain, itu ada kanan yang kiri minggu dan juga proses untuk handnya itu fungsionalnya, jadi pasiennya tetap tidak bisa mengendari sepeda. So the executive function at first examination is 2024. I think that is good. I guess it will be some. According visual impairment, if it has the improvement of the visual impairment, wait for 4 months, 5 months. Jadi kan saya mau tulisin mukanya ini tuh harusnya sih visual spatial itu increase maybe can because masih dalam proses cuman dok tesnya itu dengan muka ini, jadi kadang pasiennya mungkin sudah hafal dok, jadi menjadi baris pemeriksaan karena memang fungsi eksekutif and visual spatialnya increase terus pasien sudah pernah melakukan tes ini sebelumnya atau memang
dia mengambil tema IPA. Jadi kalau kemarin itu dok dari hasil diskusi juga sebaiknya kalau memang pengen benar-benar mengetahui hal tersebut, akan tes yang kayak di SIM itu dok di kepolisian, jadi tes yang lebih spesifik untuk benar-benar mengetahui apakah ada disturbance di visual spasial atau eksekutif. Cuma karena sudah ternyata 5 bulan untuk yang extensor, distractor, and muscle at the finger not improved, so we can extend to the patient at the 5 months from onset, patient or distal hand non-functional. So kita tidak menyebutkan tempat mencari apa-apa.
So let's say that this patient has the MMT is non-functional for the wrist and hand, but she has good visuospatial and she has good executive function. So you still want him to be able to ride motorcycle? No. So why you don't play every first time? Because he already on the same master. So can you imagine if you are a patient? Okay, that's the first one. The doctor asks you, what is your hope? I hope I can ride motorcycle again because I need to ride a motorcycle. Then the doctor, sure, let's just try therapy. So the patient has hope, right? But you already know that if this cannot recover on 3 months, then it will have the poor prognosis. And for the motorcycle, it should be able to live. So this extension, you already know. So the patient already, okay, I can ride motorcycle even though I start like this. Maybe in the next 2 months, 1 month, I have some improvement. Okay. But after the second follow-up, they need to say, sir, I think you don't have the ability to interact back to motorcycle. So I think it's better that we just tell him research. We already explain you. We see from the journal, from the research article that we probably cannot go back to ride the bicycle. So he knew that by the time, right? Okay, I can do nothing else for the technique. Okay, I think that's a little bit some flaw in the case. Maybe you forgot to tell him what you understand. Yeah, but please just remember that you need to. I already said it on the science case. You are the physiatrist. You have to match between the patient's capacity and the patient's hope. That's very sad. If the patient capacity and the patient's hope are matching, then it's a busy die. But if the patient capacity is too high and too low, and the hope is too high, it's a little bit of your homework to measure. Okay? Thank you. Dok, maaf, ada komentar nggak dok? Sampai saya nggak tahu masalah single loh. Ayo dok.
Sebenarnya kemarin tuh di podcast saya juga. Tapi untuk visual spasialnya dulu mungkin ada, tinggal sekarang itu sequelnya. Dan biasanya sih kalau yang visual spasial itu dia akan ada di spontaneous recovery 20% setiap kali 6 bulanan. Jadi dia kan sudah lebih dari 6 bulan dok. Nah, mungkin dia sudah ada perbaikan dari neuropsychological testnya, jadi yang disfungsional segala macam. Biasa dia
Tapi tadi dokter baru bilang ada kayak learning efek itu nggak sih dok di muka ini learning itu di akal gitu. Terutama kalau dia memorinya masih bagus. Visual spasial sih kayaknya sih enggak ya dok. Saya setuju juga ya. Kayaknya enggak, hati-hati loh. Dia learning efek itu enggak. Kalau yang lama-lama mungkin dia ingat dia apa gitu. Tapi kalau yang visual spasial, nah tapi memang ada kan kalau muka indah itu hanya screening dok. Jadi kalau kita mau lihat, dia ada riwayat untuk visual spasial gitu. Nah untuk evaluasinya kita sebaiknya jangan pakai muka indah karena itu kan secara general kan baru screening doang gitu. Jadi pakainya yang tes yang lebih spesifik lagi untuk mengevaluasi si visual spasialnya itu sudah ada perbaikan untuk di trial magic testnya kan memang sudah bisa, tapi kan memang waktunya lebih lama gitu. Jadi kan memang sudah perbaikan tapi belum bagus gitu.
Terus yang si beneficial juga misalkan dia sudah bagus tapi bedanya pada presentingnya, jadi kita harus yakin gitu ini sudah dapat perbaikan. Nah, ada satu lagi dok biasanya sih pasti kita lihatnya extinction tuh, extinction. Jadi kalau misalkan kalau dia ada di otak itu biasanya sequelnya dari spasial nuclear, jadi udah ada perbaikan, semua tesnya udah bagus. Jadi dia misalnya kita tapi stimulus yang dari kiri, stimulus dari kiri dia udah bisa. Tapi ketika ada dua stimulus yang disamakan gabungan kiri dan kanan, dia akan lebih cenderung mengabaikan yang kiri, dia akan kanan terus. Kalau misalkan stimulus dengan kiri dong dia bisa gitu. Dan biasanya itu yang sequelae ringan dari iramisi visual spasial. Nah itu juga satu selain masalah motoriknya, selain masalah motoriknya yang tidak mungkin dengan kondisi atau dengan kaki itu, kalaupun dia udah bagus ataunya gitu ya, kalau misalnya ada sequelae neglect harus dicek extinctionnya, karena kan kalau di jalan kan ada space kiri kanan berarti dia nggak bisa handle both of sides gitu. Sebenarnya jatuhnya di situ dikit. Harusnya kan dia dari awal dia bilang kayaknya ini nggak bisa, langsung teruskan aja di situ. Ya harapannya nggak bisa. Mungkin kalau misalnya dia nggak terima di situ kamu bisa masuk. Saya tidak dari kelas. Berarti kan kamu nunggu waktu 2 bulan. Kan nunggu waktu kalau itu kan lumayan. Kalau misalnya kamu dari awal sudah memutuskan, bisa langsung kita putuskan, nggak usah. Bapak nggak bisa ngecek lagi nih. Jalan dong. Udah ke psikolog ya, soalnya. Ya, ya. Dokter ada lagi dok? Terima kasih ya dok ya. Saya tutup ya kasusnya ya. Terima kasih. Terima kasih dok.
Bebas. Apa ini?
Selamat siang, Abang ya, Mbak. Untuk case hari ini telah selesai. Izin untuk Akang Teteh boleh meninggalkan ruang Zoom. Terima kasih.